Right, hello once again, YouTube. Welcome back to Kerbal, or Kerbal Space Program, if you like. Today, we're continuing on with our at present three-part mission. I've sort of changed up the format a little bit on these to reduce these down to half-hour episodes because I need to. Basically, I've got a bit of a day off. I like playing Kerbal, so I don't mind recording on it. And I need to get enough episodes recorded to last me for a little while. So, yeah, we're splitting some of our missions up this time. We need to fine-tune closest approach, because at the moment we're going to completely miss the solar system. But to explain what we're actually doing, how we got here, couple of episodes. That's not right at all. What are you doing? What has happened here? We are miles off course. What is going on? That doesn't even bring us close. We're going to have to burn a little bit of extra and bring ourselves back into the solar system. Oh, okay. Wow, I corrected that manually, apparently. What we're actually trying to do, it's a little bit of a long story. We basically launched a mission, like I said, a couple of episodes ago, to build a Minmus Colony. This is meant to act as a little bit of a miniature, as well as having a contract, this is meant to act as a miniature version of our long-term goal of, what do you call it? Oh boy, we're going to have communication issues. No, we're okay. Our long-term goal of building a space colony and sending it out to Eeloo. Now, the problem was, once we landed, we realized that our contract had that one little extra, tiny little detail, not mentioned in the main list, of has a docking port, which we don't have. We also don't have a signal to it. So what we're doing is launching a bit of a resupply mission. The idea of this is that we can attach a new docking port to the base, and we can also bring the two science experiments we forgot to bring with us, and set up a relay in high Minmus orbit to actually be able to what do you call it? Communicate with the station. So this is our little resupply craft. It is two parts. This little stubby part below this part, everything from this decoupler down, is a landing craft which has inside it a pod with some parts in it, some struts, barometer, mystery goo, which we're going to see if we can detach from the surface and attach to the side of our new craft. This part will detach and become a relay. First of all, we need to circularize the orbit of this, which hopefully we will have signal connection to. Need a quick sip of a drink. I'm going to quick save there in case we lose connection before we can actually circularize with the oh, Perry apps, not Apple apps. So make sure that if we lose signal before we actually circularize, I can quick save and point a one of the relays at it. Hopefully we should be okay for a bit. We are currently communicating via the Space Hotel, which is meaning our connection is not the most consistent. Indeed, I believe we have just lost it again. Okay, we're going to quickly load the quick save. I'm going to point one of our Ranger relays at it. I don't think the Eve one's doing much at the moment. We'll use that. They really are our guardian angels signal connection, those two. Right. Where's the Eve one? That one. Switch to. I'm going to quickly point that in the right direction. Target. Resupply. Signal okay. Excellent. Right. Confirm signal to the resupply probe. You should find our connection suddenly gets a lot stronger. Especially if we then also point this at the Eve relay as well to make sure we're getting our signal from the right place. Eve Ranger relay. Next, okay. Right. In fact, that nice high orbit. Orbit? I don't know what I'm saying. That nice high orbit, I think, is at about 4 million. Yeah. 400,000. That's probably actually not a bad height to drop our our satellite off at. So what we'll do, once we're secularized, we'll do another quick save. We'll drop off the resupply probe, and we'll see. I'm wondering if it's even worth transferring a bit of fuel into it because it's used a bit. Actually, no, it only needs like 100 to land. That's fine. Even from this height, we're probably okay on that. Yes, we'll drop off the satellite. The satellite can adjust its orbit, and the resupply probe can go into land. But we'll do the satellite first because this is going to need something to talk to. These have a range of 5 million, so they should be fine to communicate with the thing on the way down. It should have plenty of range for that, which I sure hope it does, because that's what we're going to be using to... Ah, yes, the Minhome is actually connecting through it now, so the Minhome has a signal now as well. It's already working. So it's already doing what it's supposed to. So, decouple. And this... Actually, let's do this first. So, you should both now be separate crafts. We'll rename this to the Minmus Relay. Or Minhome Relay. This will be the Minhome Resupply Lander. Right, so the coordinates of Minhome, which is what we're going to try and land at. Maybe do the landing first and then address the relay. 27 by 13 by 4 north. Landing guidance. We could adjust it by 10 meters by the look of it. So we'll do that once we've got the coordinates in. So 27 by 13 by 4. North, and then 113 by 59 by 1 west. We go up by 10 meters. Alright, let's see if this works. Land at target. Here we go. Be a fairly simple maneuver. I am, much as I've been trying not to pause mid-recording with these, I am going to pause mid-recording with this one because I have to go sort something very quickly. But I will pause. I won't. I'll try not to make you guys miss anything. So back after a very short jump cut. All right, we're back after a little bit of much more extended admin time in real life than I would have liked. I had to do a few other bits like realizing I hadn't got any videos uploading at the moment. While I've been off doing this, it's like, whoop, better sort that, and then got a few other bits and things as well. But we're back. I suppose for you guys, it hasn't been any time at all. I believe it's about 23 minutes range to record. What are you doing, right, Jeb? Oh, it is still time warping. Okay. Do a quick save so we don't crash it. So once we get near the ground, I shall just disable time warp on the grounds of I'd really rather not have it explode, and we also might need to manually take control and move it away from the... We didn't extend the antenna. We apparently have local control. I don't know whether that'll work. Please tell me I didn't just quick save out of recovery range. Mind you, once we get within 3 kilometers of the ground station, we might actually be able to receive signal through there, maybe? I don't know. Also, see if we can extend this. Oh, I'm going to be really annoyed if I just accidentally quick saved out of transmission range. I also just realised we've still got the shroud attached. Didn't realise we'd have that. We're not coming in very quick, so it might be that we get to 3k, gain signal again, and we can recover it, because there is a transmitter on the base we're coming into land by. It also says local control, which might mean MechJabas control. And if it does, that's fine, as long as it can bring us down. because this doesn't really need to have... Okay, no, we can just... We have enough control that we can extend the antennas. That might be thanks to MechJeb, but either way. Now we have signal again. Our little... we are going to want that. Auto warp off at this point. Do not crash us. In theory, we should come into land 10 meters, was it north or west or something of the base station? Realistically, as long as we're within a few kilometers, we can jet back out to it to fetch the parts if we need to some extent. Or track out to it. I think it's going to put us in about the right place, though. Judging by this. And the gears down. The clearance is a little low on the engine, but it shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to regret this auto warp. Are you waiting for something? Oh no, it is very slightly adjusting the difference in landing location. Interesting. I guess it's gonna kill our horizontal velocity very slowly and then drop pretty much straight down. Nope. And it looks like that might indeed be the case, yeah. It looks like it is going to put us at about the right place, which is good. Target difference 14 meters. That could drop us directly on top of our thing, but it doesn't look like it's going to. I think this is pretty good. This is looking like this part of the setup at least has got it perfect. Check the signal. Yep. So I tell you what, I might even lead. No, because it'll phase out. It'll be in the wrong place. Yeah, we will shift the antenna to polar orbit, or the relay even. So that'll be more likely to get a signal from Kerbal as well. We might even be able to rotate it. Actually, yeah, but there might be another trick we can do to make it easier to contact Kerbal. But now I think about it, I'm not sure it will make a difference. So we won't worry too much about that one. Hey, look at that. Little crickety, vaguely looking resupply probe is exactly where it needs to be. They barely even had to wait. We're already sending them nice things. Oh, I'm nearly falling over. Right. Like I say, we will, I think, Control F10 for cheats. No. Quick save. Alt F10. Oh, something like that. Oh, and that's why we quick save. So we're pressing the wrong buttons. We potentially break stuff. I forgot shift is accelerate. Oh dear. Yeah, it might be Alt F12 actually. I was thinking Alt F4, but anyway. Like I said, I believe we have a thing to be able to complete our contract if we need to. And I am perfectly willing to do that because I'm like, look, we got the thing here with the docking port on it. I don't get why having it on there right from the start makes any difference at all. Just let us modify it. Right. Alt F12. It is Alt F12. Okay, so we can use that to complete the contract if we have to. But I'll only do that if we can actually attach the docking port to it. I do want to at least have some of that done properly. So let's switch to the relay before we do any of our surface mission. And let's get this adjusted to where it's supposed to be. Polar orbit should, in theory, give us a more reliable signal. There should be more time where it's within transmission range, I believe, at least. Okay, the engine is active. Checking on that one. Maneuver planner. Inclination. 90. Not going to take very much around Minmus, apparently. Yeah, that's our little relay. That's what's talking to ground. I suppose you've already seen that this episode, haven't you? So I'm forgetting. A little bit of a delay in real time, so I've sort of lost track a little bit. But right. Okay, if we rotate that way, that should put our solar panels so they're always in range or in view of the sun. Oh, and you're definitely going to need auto warp for this, or we're going to be here forever. Okay, we're nearly in place. This looks like we just came back right back to where we were. I bet we're just past the maneuver. Right. Oh, that was easy. If that's worked as intended. Yeah, look at that. There we go. If we orbit around a bit more, we time warp a little bit. Time warp until the 2. Oh boy, they don't sync up very well at the moment. And now is the time we start to set up the surface base because we're in the right place. We have connection to Space Center. I think we've actually technically switched to the supply lander, but it's fine. We might even try bolt it on, like we said. Maybe establish a little electrical connection or whatever through the strap. Because that'd be the sort of thing they'd do over at NASA if they had to do something like this. But yeah, if we'd bought a fuel pipe, we could actually transfer fuel over from the... Okay, a little bit of a hop. It's excited to see us, apparently. Right. We shall start then with an engineer. Frotop. You have... okay, I think I need to shuffle the crew around. I think we need to actually get... Stelbert, you're going to have to actually get out. And just, I guess, stand around for now. She's not really ideal for assembling any parts. I'll tell you what she can do. She can plant the flag. That's an important job. But yeah, she's not the best setup for either the engineers want to be the ones doing the solar panels for the surface stations, and the scientist wants to do the rest. So, really not the best candidate for this. But plant the flag. Can definitely do this. We shall call this area Min Base. Our grand goal for the future. Only this time, it's in miniature. Oh, do a little salute. Thank you, Stelbert. I don't know why I always choose this flag, I should mention. I always do seem to choose this one. I quite like the design on it, but... Right. Frotop, you are going to need to... Where actually are you, for that matter? You're in the lab. Transfer crew. This flipping transfer window sitting off the bottom of the screen. It's like, no, I need to be able to read the whole list. No, you're not in there. Are you in here? In there? Ah, there he is. Okay, he's now moved to there. Where he can get out. You do have to be careful not to bonk the solar panels. We do have repair kits, but not that many of them. Right. I think he will... There's a thought. Okay, I think we'll be okay. He's going to have to drop off his RCS pack in one of these, because we're not going to be able to have... It's going to have to be one of the ones on the other side. He's not going to have room to carry some of that big equipment at the same time. I genuinely thought he was about to bonk his head there. Right. Oh, is he going to have to switch out some of this stuff? Yeah, what's that one? He's not the right one to be doing that, really. Having storage issues again. I've had trouble with this before. I think the control station is the one that doesn't matter who deploys it. Okay. So I think Frotop can actually deploy this and make a bit of space for everything else. And it won't cause any problems. I was going to say it won't activate yet, but I guess it will, even without power. Low voltage. Oh, okay, so it can still run a little bit even without power, but not properly, really. Okay, that's fine. Right. Let's quick save as well, so we don't screw this up. Of course, these Kerbals won't be coming back for a bit. They are here to stay, so they might as well get their home looking ship shape nice and quickly. The other thing we'll have to have some of our Kerbals do at some point is take some science reports, but we'll maybe leave that to one of our actual scientists. Frotop also might stay outside for now for the sake of moving crew around and things. It'll be simpler. But the scientists will have to actually return to capsule. Maybe the pilot and the engineer can have a bit of fun outside the space station. Now, he can... Can he carry this? I believe once you get close enough, you can actually... Surface station. No. Oh, boy. We may have a problem. We could potentially move this closer. I hadn't realised he wouldn't... Oh, I hadn't thought in advance that he wouldn't be able to carry it. Now, at least we can put that in there. The other thing we could potentially do is put Strut in there and have him try and connect the two. Can he disconnect it? I had a feeling there was a construction mode, but maybe that's... Is that a mod I'm thinking of? Is that not a thing you can do? Maybe it's not. Can always check the controls as well. Actually, yeah, is there like a... Oh, here we go. The parts that are in range. Okay, I think this will work, but I think we're going to have to move move that closer. We might have to do a very quick semi-manual hop to get it in place. But yeah, what we can do is have him attach the barometer and maybe even try connecting the two together with a strut, because if that works, then we don't have to move it, because I believe we can attach the docking port to that and they will count as the same craft, even if the docking port's clearly not attached in the same way. So... Hey. Ooh, whoa. I've seen that before. He's got a little laser welder. Dude. How do we attach that? That is on about right. Yeah, can I go... If I got to the far end, if I walk up to here, how do you then attach the other end of the strut to it? No, perhaps not. Okay. Alright. I think we do need to move it closer then. I think it will mean we can detach the mystery goo. Actually, how big is the mystery goo? He's even still holding his little tool. What is that? K5. I've never seen this before. I haven't used this mechanic yet, so I hadn't seen this little animation and everything. Okay, it's too big for him to carry. I guess this... We'll shoot. Okay. Right. Construction mode off. In that case, we definitely do a quick save here. We need to hop that little lander a little closer. And this is probably something best to do manually. It's even, I think I could even very, very short controlled bursts here. We've got plenty of fuel. Just need to bring it close enough that he'll be able to access the components out of one and use them for the other. Okay. Gravity's low enough, we can just drop. Okay, that should be fine. Frotop. Save again. That worked out reasonably well. That's something we now know we can do. We could also try the strut thing again, because it's possible we can still connect the two, and it's just the distance that was screwing us up. So we'll see if we can connect the two manually. I know if you docked them, you can strut them together. Which you could use to sort of solidify surface bases that you maybe dock together out of rovers, for example. Oh, that was interesting. Let's try that again. No, okay, maybe not. Okay, let's try attaching the docking port. There. Hey, the docking port is attached. However, I notice, yep, our contract is not completed. However, you may judge me in the comments if you wish. I'm okay with that. But the way I see it, they want a base with a docking port on it on the surface of Minmus. I don't get why having it assembled in one go is important. So what we're going to do is we're going to add contracts, active, complete. We're going to cheat a little bit to finish that contract, which I believe we are owed. We did it. We got the base out here with the conditions they asked for, even if it took, you know, the extra launch. I don't see what's wrong with doing that in this particular case, so we're going to do that. So, the next part of the mission, because we're not done just yet. Tambus, I believe, is our famous scientist. Which he's done a few missions before, so Tambus, you need to deploy some surface stations, and then Frotop will have to deploy the power generators. In fact, we might have to Frotop deploy the power generators first, because we're going to need to make space in some of those containers. Actually be able to move things around. So I'll actually switch to Frotop quickly and have him put the solar panels down. A little bit of a filling around between all the different Kerbals, and then we shall. The other thing we could do, of course, the base now has a connection back to Kerbal, so we can run the experiments and gain the science from that, and then also set the lab stuff off going. Right, so I believe they will be on the other side then. I'm a little bit cautious around the landers because, of course, we saw the Bill spontaneously exploding into dust incident for a few episodes back. I did also have another episode that I think is uploaded in the wrong... Not in the wrong order, but in the wrong time. I did have an episode that was supposed to come out a little while back, and I don't know what happened with the scheduling, but it didn't seem to come out on the day it should have. Or it came out on a day that didn't exist. I think it was scheduled for like the 31st of a month that only had 30 days in it. I'm not sure what happened there. Something weird like that. I'm not really sure what happened there, or maybe I scheduled it for the wrong month, but either way, it should be up now. I think I also... No, I think it should still come up on the radar. I was going to say, I think I might have mentioned something before that it came out because of that, but I think given these will still be uploading in order, it should be fine. So these solar panels should, now that Frotop's a bit more experienced, they should be deploying 3 power each, or providing 3 power each, I should say. So you should only need, I think even only technically need 2 of these, but I'm going to deploy 3 anyway to power the whole base. It's nice. And I believe he can actually deploy the antenna as well without any problems, so it's just that we need the scientists to do the experiments. We did find out from previous testing that it actually does directly improve the results if you actually have a scientist do it. I wasn't sure, I thought it did, but we confirmed it last time it does. So is that going to deploy? I don't know what the deployment range on these little surface stations is. I assume they have to be reasonably close to the base station, but the exact dimensions I actually don't know. Ooh, look at them go. It might be a tiny bit over the episode time. I've been trying to keep them to 30 minutes, but I think we'll just about be right. And if it's going to run over by only a little bit, I'm not going to worry too much on that. It's just, again, for the sake of getting enough of them out with the time I have to record. Because I need to basically have a week's worth in advance. So who have we got out at the moment? We need Tambus. Tambus code. Right. Oh, that's fine. She can deploy this anyway and put the parachute away. So, goo module. That's the other thing we could do. We can take the goo module out of there and move it over. I knew there was something else. We can move the goo module and actually attach it to the craft, because that was the other science experiment we forgot to bring with us. Oh, she's going to bounce. Okay, got away with it. Do not stand on the experiment control station. That's the bit we can't report. That's the bit we can least afford to break. I also need to have do some ground science reports while we're here. Power required 1, science rate 45. 45, yeah. So I think at the moment she's giving us a 45% science rate. I don't know if that actually affects the yield or just the speed. I think it's just speed, but the slight problem is on Minmus. At the moment we can't fly, which is a very easy way to get around, but this low gravity, but we can't do that at the moment because we've had to take the jetpack off. I think that's everything. I will very quickly check the other boxes, but I believe that is actually all the things we needed to do. We could... I believe the seismometer picked up impacts. We'll test this. Might be a good way to end this. So we'll maybe try smashing this into the ground once we've unloaded everything we need from it. And see if that gets a reading on the seismometer. Ooh. Ah, that was the other thing. It was the VA Science Kit. Right. So, science to be done. Surface sample. Definitely not made of dessert. EVA report. Feel like a superhero when you jump in the low gravity. EVA science. I suspect it will be more golf. It is. Interesting to see what the reports are on the other planets. I'm assuming it's golf on all of them, but there it goes. Somewhere. Bye-bye. Yeah, I believe that's the same we said before. In fact, we didn't even get anything for it. I guess that's not biome dependent then. I definitely don't think we've been here before. Right. Tambus. I don't know whose jetpack this is, but you can take it. I don't think they go so far, NASA goes so far as calibrating individual jetpacks to the user, but I could be wrong. I would actually be vaguely interested to know on that one. Guess what we'll do. She's going to need to get back in the lab, specifically, because we need 3 crew on board to operate it. Transfer crew. In fact, I believe the lab might even have shut down at the moment. No, operational. It is still running. That's interesting. I thought it needed three scientists. Maybe it just needs 3 crew and it can run with anyone. Throtop. Quick save. Now... Oh, you can have your jetpack back, for one thing. Should make getting around a whole lot easier. It is genuinely easier just to jetpack around than it is to walk on Minmus a lot of the time. Right, construction mode. There we go. Anything else in there? Just a strap. We don't need. Okay. Mode, leave. Right. I believe all of our science equipment is active. We'll just quickly check. Connected, powered. I needed 5. Oh. Oh, it's a control station. Okay. Connected, powered. Connected, powered. Okay, I think they're all running. So, let's try... Again, I believe when you do impacts, the seismometer on the ground station can pick them up. So let us try. Because we don't have any more use for this thing. Oh. Oh, we're losing... Oh, control's patchy. Right. Oh. Let's crash it away from the main side stations. Oh yeah, look at that! Actually picked it up. Although not very much. I think that's because of how hard we hit it. I think we have to hit it really hard for it to be able to pick up the data a bit better. Let's do that again, but harder this time. We'll maybe boost ourselves up to like 20 kilometers or something and then just gun it down at the ground. And that'll get us some pretty good data and also have us nowhere near the base site. Right. Ooh. do is we'll time warp until we're starting to descend. Because we're going prograde, if we then gun the engine, it will point us down and accelerate. We may have to wait for the station to come back into comms range again, depending on how long this takes, but I believe the seismometer can detect impacts quite a significant distance away. Prograde. That was weird, whatever happened there. Okay, radio in. There we go. Okay, yeah, just point us towards the planet's surface. Okay, that's not what I thought it would be. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's co-rotate down. Burn it all. Let's go. We could probably do an even harder hitting impact, but this should be fine. Like I say, we're just trying to... We don't need this anymore. It's all... Everything we need from it's used up. Might as well run this little experiment. Oh, it's SAS at this point. Should hit it at about 800, which should actually be quite a lot faster than we did before. Gravity's on our side this time as well, so we might accelerate even. I'm not so sure actually going to in a vacuum, but I think we should, right? Yeah, no, we should, because it'll... Yeah. Yeah, there's the base station. We're near it, but we're not too near it. I don't know if the distance also helps, whether it's better to crash from further away and you get more data or what, but I'm sure speed is part of it. Put it into a spin, why not? Oh, 80 data. Way more. Yeah, that was much better. That's fine. Just say don't. Oh boy. I think the two commands have interfered with each other a bit there. Hopefully we have not crashed. Oh boy. Well, it's the end of the episode there anyway, so... Oh, no, we're back at the space tracking station. Yep. So I'll see you guys all next time. As I always say at the end of these episodes, I make games as well as playing them, so check out the links in the description if you want to support the channel. You'll find the games I've made there. You might enjoy them. And yeah, as well as all the normal like and subscribe stuff, I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.